All right, so I don't know about this, but I was suggested it or told to read it more like it wasn't even suggested. It was almost an order by my girlfriend's sister, uh, who, yes, through TikTok, read this or found this book. She then bought it, and her literal description is that it is so fucked and the story is so bad and it is perfectly fun and that I would love it. And so the book is weird. But let's start out like with talking about the cover and all that. So the cover for Lights Out is actually not bad. I enjoy the skull. I think it would have been better for once. I think it would have been better with a guy with a mask as the cover. But you know, I could see the argument of this being the mask, except for it's like not a cheap, but it's a plastic mask he's wearing. I don't like that it writes the viral TikTok sensation. I don't like that well, this blurb is fine. I don't like it, but it's fine because it's from the book. This is fine. It's an Into Darkness novel. It doesn't state it's part of a series. Yeah, it's written by Navessa Allen. I don't know. The book is fine on the outside. When we look at the inside, the very first thing that struck me as funny, and I know it's probably not funny, but reading through the trigger warnings was an experience as someone who's not been on AO3 or any fanfic site or anything like that. Having knife play, gun play, primal play, mask play. It's just, and then like car accident, remembered. Description of violent death, remembered. Unintentional cannibalism, remembered. Like, that is so funny to me. And that's the thing about this book that I cannot get out of, like, I don't understand about. It's funny. The book, like, okay, Navessa wrote it with a lot of humor. It has a lot of funny moments, comments. I think the male guy, I honestly don't even remember his name right now. Josh, the most ordinary name, you know. He has a lot of funny, like, sassy comments and stuff I would write to my girlfriend. Like, give back sassy comments even when she's mad. I would still do sass. But, you know, not even then. Like, the book is just funny in so many unexpected ways. It is, anytime it tries to be serious, it's kind of like a joke to me. It's weird to think about. It is a serious story. The first half, the book is very clearly separated into two. The first half is clearly a serious story. We have this girl, Allie, who is a trauma nurse, and every day on the trauma center, it's like either someone got murdered, or, you know, one person got murdered. It was a giant accident and 8 people nearly died, or apparently rape, or like every day. I'm not gonna comment on the validity or the realism on that. To me, it doesn't feel quite realistic, but I don't know enough. But then, of course, as a way of alleviating and de-stressing, she watches TikTok. You know, as a lot of people do, social media. And apparently, Ellie has a fixation on thirst traps with masked guys. I didn't know that was a thing until I read this book and spoke with my sister-in-law. And she was like, oh yeah, that's very normal. Alright. I guess I feel old. But then of course there's this one account that she really likes. Like, she just thinks about him and suddenly her panties are drenched. Suddenly she is just a 13-year-old horny teenager again. And then of course it's basically it is not even best, it is the roommate and best friend of her ex-boyfriend, and he starts doing a lot of stalking because he found out that she likes his stuff, and then he was like, oh, she writes some kinky shit, maybe she's into some shit, and she of course is. And that's how it all starts. And it just goes from 0 to 60, like duk 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 duk. The story is very, very fast paced, and yet not a lot happens. Like, a lot of the story is just the two of them going day by day, trying to not fuck each other, yet they just don't do anything else than fucking. It's really, really weird. But yeah. Yeah, and then of course in the first half it ends with kind of course actually, because it ends with them accidentally killing someone. And of course it was a guy who had gotten into tried to break into a home to rape and kill Ellie, because he of course were very mad at her for being a normal person, and he is a rapist. So yeah, and then they knock him out cold and put him in a car, and they want to drive him to the family of the girl he raped, so they can take care of him however they want. Vigilante justice, but understandable vigilante justice. On the way, he suffocates because they covered his nose and mouth with the tape. And then of course they're like, oh shit, what do we do? And they're very human reactions we have. Ellie is, and that's the thing about this book, is it's really a lot of the time well written. Like Navessa Allen here, she did a wonderful job at writing a lot of realistic response. Ellie's used to seeing death through her job, so it doesn't faze her as much as it probably should have. Whereas Joss has, seen it in movies or video games, and that's it. So instantly he froze up and he feels horrible. And then they start getting horny and wanna fuck in the car. They don't do it, as I recall, but they want to, because they're 13-year-olds. They're not, but they act like it, like constantly. They just have to. Oh, he's perfect, Joe. It's a bit much. But then comes the plot twist halfway through the book, and that is that Ellie's family is basically the mafia, apparently. And then it turns into, breaking and entering, spy-esque movie. It's a thing. I don't know. I feel I don't know what to say about this book. It's insane. It's wild. It was fun. And that's the thing. If you take this book serious, you will be disappointed. So don't. It's a fun read and nothing more. And that's fine. Doesn't have to be. Not every book you read have to be a serious masterpiece or whatever. It can be a fun, smutty, borderlining porn erotica at times, the description and the scenes we get. And that's fine. The blowjob scene in the car, and him getting stabbed, it was funny as fuck. I had to stop reading a lot of this book a lot of time just to go over to my girlfriend and be like, you should hear this is funny. And yeah, I mean, I can probably go here, right? Let's actually go a bit further into we know they know each other. Here. I lay there panning afterwards, half dazed and still aroused. Shit, this wasn't good. A man had broken into my house, and instead of calling the cops, I masturbated on top of whatever evidence might remain. No way I could call them now. How the hell would I explain myself? And why didn't you call us immediately? They would ask. Sorry, officer. I was too busy diddling myself instead. You know, just it's silly, it's dumb. Yeah, it's a good read actually. I could honestly recommend people to read this unironically. No cap, as the young people would say, fur, all that stuff. Because it's not literature. It's not high class. It's not gonna change the world. But it's 400-ish pages of pure fun and a lot of sex. So if you're into that, good for you. I was not particularly into it, but I had a lot of fun. I laughed a lot and I had a genuine fun time. The relationship is fucked. The story's way too fast paced. The plot twist makes no sense. It's unrealistic beyond anything. But Nevessa Allen, she makes it work. She makes it funny. I think a lot of this book hinges on the humor is just working. It is a deeply silly smut. I think anyone who is just slightly interested in a fun time should read this book. Although you have to be 18 plus, of course. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Lights Out. You actually should read this. It's a pretty funny 3 out of 5 book in my opinion. Next up, we're gonna be looking at Ranger's Apprentice, book 11, The Lost Stories, which is a whiplash from this one. Going from a 18 plus smut to young YA book it's a thing.